welcome back to Mark's World. I hope you enjoyed that song. That's made by Clover.
Clever on Spotify. CLVRRR. Yeah.
On Spotify.
On Spotify.
Thank you for making that song for us, and thank you to our newest addition to Mark's World podcast, Chris P. He's manning the camera, and pretty soon we're gonna have multiple camera angles. We might even have a new set. We're working on getting our indie tour. There is something this Sunday that we have been invited to with ABJ that we could get some work done if we wanted to.
That's in New York, right?
No. That's gonna be in at PPW.
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe.
I might be down.
I'd consider it.
We got to start the indie tour somehow.
Yeah, or else it's just never gonna start.
Yeah, so we want to. Chris got some lav mics, and we're gonna be able to just do a lot of stuff, a lot of content.
We're moving. It feels slow. It feels slow, but it's relatively fast. Because how long have we had the podcast now? Not even 2 months.
No, this is week 6, I believe.
How many episodes have there been?
Well, 6.
You think so? It has to be like 7 or 8 now.
It might be 7. No, because it was week 6 after it was week 6 with Can
we get a crispy verification?
Yeah. This is gonna work.
This is great. We're leveling up.
We're leveling up
hard.
And so is WWE. It felt like we had nothing to talk about, and we were just pissed off.
Yeah, and it felt like the shows are just really breaking our hearts.
Yeah, we were getting ready to convert.
I was. We were prepping. We're ready for the 200-300.
Which is, since it's in my mind, I don't think it's like an idea that's just going to be like, oh, I don't want to go there. No, I do want to go.
200-300's awesome.
Yeah.
But if we have to convert, you did something wrong, bro.
AEW is the fan-friendly experience. It's just not so much storytelling. And it is. People are going to be like, yeah, we tell stories.
I just want to see... Okay, I thought that was it again.
Before the text message.
We stopped filming because a fly invaded and literally attacked us. We literally went to war with this fly. We had a fucking kung fu scene.
Try one of those.
Okay.
We're also going to be trying out some snacks. 11 where?
Podcast.
Oh, 11. But they're not, we put out multiple episodes sometimes.
I see part 1, part 2,
Yeah, that counts as one.
Then we did Smiley.
I want to try the different flavors.
They're pretty good.
So 10.
That's pretty cool.
10? No, we haven't been doing...
This is the 10 episode anniversary?
When was the first one posted? How about that?
Part 1? 1 month ago.
No.
Like the first podcast that we ever filmed. Bro, it's missing like half its flavors though.
Is it?
1 month ago.
But doesn't it have the date?
We're a month old?
Maybe I have the date. Sorry guys for all the extra noise. We're trying stuff. They're really good.
No, they're not bad.
April 16th. So what's the date today? Almost 2 months.
Our first video was the Mania video.
Yeah.
So that does make
predictions.
sense.
WrestleMania predictions.
Yeah.
So this is number 11.
Wow. Episode 10 was kind of...
It would be actual like times we've shot and sat down.
Because that's a 2-parter. So that's one episode. We count that as one.
No, because it would only be 4. This would be the 7th week.
If there's 11 there, and we count that as one.
And then we have Smiley and the other one.
We don't count Smiley as a podcast.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. We have videos there. And then I think we also uploaded in 2 parts another time too.
I think we only did 1 2-parter.
No, there's no other 2 parts.
I know. We didn't consider... I didn't put them part 1 and part 2. It was just a 2-part thing.
Well, your first ever episode aired 1 month ago.
Yeah. All right. 1 month anniversary.
No. Wait, April what?
April 25th.
16th? I would have April 15th, 16th. Yeah, so we're like... We've only shot 1
a week. We haven't missed a week.
3, 4, 5. It'd be like 6 or 7. Should be like 6 or 7.
I guess it makes sense. We just...
Sorry, guys.
We got on a roll with our content then.
No, we did.
Think about it.
We started putting out a lot of stuff. But you know what? We haven't been on a roll.
We have a bunch of our Patreon content that we haven't uploaded yet too.
I just deleted it.
You deleted the Patreon episode?
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay. I wasn't a big fan of that one anyway.
It was the Eddie match, and it was
the AEW match.
yeah. It was only 2, but we do have match
We'll
club
do
reviews.
more.
We're
We'll
gonna
do
do
more.
some match club reviews today.
Oh, check this. I don't even have a
They're
bun.
really good. Just making a lot of noise.
And that shit's a crispy.
Crispy, try one of these. They're really
Yeah.
great.
Hide your face. We're gonna have to blur him out.
Yeah. You like those?
I like it better. I like the other ones better.
There's the one that's like
They're an excellent source of vitamin A, E, and C.
neither. I don't need any of those.
No?
You know, have like super low vitamin D.
I can give you some.
Yeah. How you gonna do that?
There's a way. I'm going to show you after the podcast.
Oh, okay.
That's exclusive for the Patreon.
All right.
right.
Let's finally get back into fucking wrestling.
There's just so much to talk about, but I'm not going to get back into wrestling right now. It's time for some fucking crap.
Oh fuck yeah. A good ASMR shit.
Get it. Why do you always open it up on the other side?
Did you hear that?
It's pretty good.
Got a Sprite cranberry?
No, not a Sprite. No, not a Sprite cranberry. I think that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
They're not that good.
No, they're definitely not.
No,
LeBron, it was in the commercial for them.
Crispy said they're not that good. I ain't say it though. Oh!
On my face.
Oh shit!
You like that? You like that? That's how I get down with some crack. Like it right in my face.
It's fuming. It's wow. That we gotta get a slow mo.
That might need a
Then
slow-mo.
that might need a slow mo. That was probably the best crack we've ever had.
I made it dirty.
That was the best crack on this podcast, probably since Dario.
He hits that shit.
He had a good one. You got to hold that one. Oh wait, there's one coming.
Oh. I can't.
Hide your face. It's okay. You're gonna get blurred out, or not. We might forget.
That was a fucking gunshot.
It's pretty ass though.
Yeah, I know. That was a gunshot though. What the fuck?
You didn't hype her up or nothing.
No.
You just blew her open.
Yeah, he's bugging.
That's not how you do crack.
You know what? We're gonna blow this right open too. R-Truth is back. Fuck talking about SmackDown.
Ron Killings.
Ron Killings. But Truth was back. And we thought it was Truth. It wasn't. It wasn't Truth. And people are correcting me on that one post. Remember that posted so well.
But at that point, he wasn't as Ron Killings.
No.
So I don't know why you're getting corrected. They were pretty upset. Like that one guy, he was like, "It's Ron Killings, actually."
It's Ron Killings to you. I'm like, oh, what? You know him differently than
It's
I
like
do?
when you call a teacher Miss, and she's like, "It's Mrs."
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
All right, relax. We don't care that you got you hooked up.
Right. But I do care about this new Ron Killings character coming to TV. It was one of the greatest promos that the modern day.
It was up there. It felt like a coming of age promo for like a vet,
Yeah.
which is interesting to have that perspective.
Isn't it weird? Isn't it? But okay, what do you think is happening behind those scenes?
There's got to be heat. There's got to be heat somewhere, right?
It is. It's uncomfortable. It's trying to turn into work. Are you enjoying the show? I'm like, shut up.
Yeah, I didn't
Shut
like
the
that.
fuck up.
Triple H is a bit funny where he's kind of in the state where like he's gone full McMahon on us.
Yeah, I like it actually.
That's not Paul Levesque. That's Paul McMahon.
Yeah.
And honestly,
Funny.
I know you say I haven't enjoyed corporate WWE. I haven't enjoyed how much of an enterprise it feels like. It feels like I always talk about like the mom and pop shop comparisons. And WWE hasn't ever been a mom and pop shop ever.
No.
Never. Not even when it was Capital Wrestling, whatever it was called.
No, because if it was, then he would have tried to give it to his son. He had to buy it off his pops.
When I go to Olive Garden, I still expect the chicken Alfredo to be good. And now it's not Olive Garden, it's McDonald's. And
Yeah.
I never know if I'm getting a good Big Mac or not.
They're pushing out some corporate garbage, like the Slim Jim table.
I like the Slim Jim table.
Snap into the table. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I mean, Zelina and Vega and
Zelina and Vega.
Zelina and Vega.
Yeah.
Zelina Vega and Piper Niven. They put on a match.
About time, by the way.
People are gonna hate. people don't want to see Zelina as champion anymore, and I do feel like she takes a little bit of prestige away from the title the way that Chelsea had it.
Because I don't care about the belt anymore.
No, who does?
I only cared when, Chelsea. I hope she gets it back.
You know what I like? Okay, so people are talking about this a bit, and I'm going to go back to R-Truth, Ron Killings, because that promo was powerful, and we definitely
We
need
go back to it when we talk about Raw.
Yeah, but just to touch on SmackDown a little bit, there was some good stuff. There wasn't a bad episode. It definitely was.
It's so underwhelming considering what we got in the long run.
I don't know what they're gonna do with LA Knight.
I'm a little pissed off with LA Knight, right? Like, not him, with the booking of him.
3 hope spots in a year. I mean, 3 back-to-back years of hope spots.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Like, how many times is this guy going to be in the Money in the
It's
Bank?
not even just him, though. It's happened to so many guys. It's because they have... Stick to your brand splits. Stick to your brand split. Because now you have people all over the fucking place. The product is a fucking mess. Like, for as good as Raw was, I was kind of bored. Like, not bored. I was overwhelmed. It was too much. I was overstimulated. There was guys that didn't belong there at that time, and them being there kind of took away from the product of what was going on.
Yeah.
I just didn't enjoy... I don't enjoy seeing this cross-brand shit anymore.
One of the best parts of Raw was Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Finn,
The whole thing.
Finn is funny, bro.
He's good. He's honestly, him and Solo Sikoa have a similar character arc.
Yeah. So we'll run through SmackDown real quick.
Yeah.
We had Jimmy Uso versus JC Mateo. It was a decent match. I really like JC Mateo's actually like comfortable now.
Poor Jimmy though.
He found his footing. No, he won.
No, I'm saying not like that. I'm just poor Jimmy in terms of like I feel like he really got like
He's stuck in the vortex.
like everyone got like the stick, right? And everyone picked sticks. Jimmy didn't even get the smallest stick to, or at least everyone's like feels bad for him.
No, he's the one holding out the sticks to pick from.
Yeah.
And then he's left with nothing.
Yeah, and he's just there. I feel like he doesn't have any weight to like the product or anything like
Well,
that.
check this. What if he teams up with Fatu now?
I still don't care.
I would.
I don't.
Imagine tag team champs. They go into the division.
I don't want that. I don't want that.
I would.
I'm really tired of like, because how long are we're gonna carry along the bloodline shit? Like in reality, right?
Forever.
It's not. But
The bloodline's forever.
no, no.
That's your words, by the way. I'm quoting you.
Good. I'm wrong. No, I'm just talking about like the bloodline is forever. Whenever there's a Samoan, they're gonna be a bloodline member. That's just how it works. But how long are we gonna stick to the idea that like this is gonna run on? And run on and run on. That it's a main focus and like priority of like the product, and it's centered around them. And SmackDown is hurt because it's centered around it, and that's the issue with SmackDown. Like they have so much potential on SmackDown. All the luchadors are on SmackDown. Everyone's on SmackDown. Like there's so much good talent.
Lucha versus Bloodline would be great.
It would be great, but then Lucha loses.
That's what Worlds Collide should have been.
Kinda.
It should have been.
I'm kind of happy it wasn't though.
No, because they put on. And Ethan Page fit in well.
And let me tell you
Siobhan
something.
fit in pretty well.
I don't think any Bloodline member would have as good of a match with besides Solo.
Vikingo?
No, not Silo. Besides
Fatu?
besides Fatu.
With Vikingo?
With anybody on there. I don't see Roman having a banger with
I want to see Tonga Loa versus Mitriwana.
Yeah. I changed my mind. Let's make it happen.
Tonga Loa versus
Mr. Eagle.
Mitriwana.
Yeah.
It sounds like marijuana, but in Spanish.
Let's get through this SmackDown. I want to talk about Worlds Collide.
All right. Yeah, no. I'm with it.
Uso defeated Mateo.
Yeah, and it was because of the interruption, like with Fatu getting onto the ropes, and then JC Mateo ran into him because Jimmy ducked, and it was just like, so it started, and then they went to the back and they were like fighting, they were arguing a little bit, and this is where definitely it hinted why Jacob was going to do what he did at Money in the Bank. Because it was like one of those 90s sitcoms.
Yeah.
And they're standing in the back and they can hear everything that's going on.
And you get the...
Yeah, because he goes, listen, Jacob, he's not all the way up there. He's really all gas, no brains with it. And Solo continues to be the best thing on SmackDown. The absolute best thing
I
on
like
SmackDown.
Solo a lot.
Solo's the best.
I wish his in-ring quality could really keep up with what he's doing now, like as a character. Because his character growth has been so good. But the issue is when you have guys like JC Mateo on your team now, on your roster, and you got...
overshadowing you think?
Yeah, and he's still supposed to be like the lesser. It hurts. Like with
It's happened to him
Rollins,
twice.
like with Rollins and his group, he's the best wrestler out of his group.
Yeah, he is.
Like you could make your arguments about how good they are. Rollins is probably one of the best wrestlers of all time.
Yeah, it's hard to be better than him.
So-
let alone in the WWE, let
And it's
alone in
the
his
same-
group.
That's why the bloodline was so good. Roman is the best Samoan.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, Roman is the pinnacle of what Samoans are going to become. Like you can argue The Rock, but even The Rock acknowledges Roman Reigns has done the best work a Samoan has ever done in WWE itself.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's
He
hard
might
to
be the biggest name to ever come out of the WWE in general.
Yeah.
Like you could make your arguments about Hulk Hogan, but come on,
Roman-
The Rock
Yeah.
is him, and then Roman is following suit. It seems that he could be the next Rock.
And he's almost done. He's almost done with wrestling itself. So who knows what he does next? And that's the issue with Solo. Solo doesn't have that.
no.
You're better off giving it to Jimmy at this point, or not Jimmy. Jay. Jay has the marketing.
I like when you said Jimmy.
I like Jimmy too because I like Jimmy. I think Jimmy would actually be a good counteract to it. My thing is, you're giving it to people who don't have the they just have no backing. Like as much as I love Solo, it's all falling apart right now. And that's kind of the story. That's kind of what's going on. But then he's just gonna hire a new guy, and then the Tongans are gonna come back, and then we're gonna have a bunch of, and then what are you gonna do? War games. I'm sick of war games. I'm sick of Samoan versus Samoan.
In war games, yeah, it's crazy.
I'm sick. I'm so sick of this long-standing thing that I see every year, and it's watered down. And it doesn't get better, by the way. It doesn't get better. These are all subplots. These are all subplots to the main plot that was beautiful, and it ended.
yeah, and now it's
So why are the subplots still continuing?
you
This
have
is like
any-
when you beat a game, right? And in order to 100% it, you got to go back to play the side quests, and the side quests are so out of touch.
it's Fast and Furious.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
family.
It's Fast and Furious.
It's
now.
done. It's done.
And it's not better production though. Like that's the only thing that
We're not
is
getting
holding
Tokyo
up.
Drift.
No,
We're not getting Tokyo Drift.
no, we're not. It's sad. It's sad.
It's so annoying.
It's sad about LA Knight too. It's sad
Yeah.
with LA Knight too because he was stuck in the Bloodline vortex to get absolutely no payoff to just get sucked into the Rollins vortex now. So like, when the hell is the guy gonna get a freaking break?
He's not.
When do
This
you
is
give-
the rest of his career.
He's old, and people like to make the argument of DDP, but
DDP didn't last long though.
no, and it was in the time that they needed somebody like DDP. LA Knight is so overshadowed by all the other big guys. Like he was getting that bit of a push.
They needed LA Knight when he first blew up, and LA Knight was the only man on the roster
what
I seen
time-
got people to turn against Roman like that.
And what time was it? What time could he have been pulled into this storyline? It was when who came back? Randy Orton. He should have been on that Survivor Series team.
Yeah.
He should have been on that team. But you got bigger parts moving. You got Sammy, you got Jay, you got Seth Rollins.
Or
you
how
got
about
Cody
his
Rhodes.
his crown jewel?
Yeah.
Crown jewel. That was the time to pull the trigger if you were gonna pull it.
Money in the Bank.
That's
all
when he
these
should've-
years in the
yeah.
row. All these years in a row.
Everyone wanted it. Like that's what I don't get. Like you guys want to pretend like I don't get the enterprising of what you're doing if it's harming your product.
True.
Because now you're hurting merch sales. Not as much people are interested in LA Knight. The crowd is audibly lower. They keep putting up that stupid fucking that crowd sound thing.
It's a lie.
And it's going
It's a
low.
lie.
But like the thing is, they can't even get the crowd doesn't sound loud enough. Did you see Rhea Ripley's entrance?
Yeah.
They took it away real quick. They've never done that before because they don't care.
No.
You're watering down your good wrestlers and you're hurting them by overexposing them. And it's hurting the product.
You know who's not hurting right now and who's on the come up?
Aleister Black.
Aleister Black. We're going to go into the hole real quick.
Yeah.
Let's get into
Brace.
it. Get ready,
Crispy.
guys.
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes, Chris. We're going into the hole. The hole. The wonder of the world
is gone.
I
All right, Aleister Black.
Let's talk about some
Where's that
Aleister.
song keep coming from?
No idea. Aleister Black.
We don't even have the budget for that song.
Aleister Black. He definitely is doing good work on SmackDown. He's
good. He's just good.
He's a good mid carder, and I actually think that's your guy to challenge Fatu.
Oh, yeah.
That's your guy.
Please.
That's your guy to take it off
Please.
of Fatu.
Honestly, I don't know why he wasn't in the Money in the Bank match because he would have added so much to it. I
I'm
think
not
I
sure if he's
understand.
in any of the King of the Ring qualifiers either.
I think he is. I think he is on SmackDown.
It would be a bad choice if he's not.
But it's gonna be a bad choice if he has to be the one that eats a pin in one of those too.
Oh, he will.
And it sucks. It's like I said, it's the bloodline shit, and it's hurting everyone. It's hurting everyone.
Hopefully that Zelina Vega promise of her getting the U.S. title hopefully leads to Aleister Black also.
It has to be.
So there's also this little bit of this thing that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
It's the jump from mid card to main event.
Yeah.
So much easier on Raw.
Yeah.
It's so much easier on Raw. I don't. If you can contend, an Andrade is a great contender for the United States Championship. Aleister Black, great contender for the United States Championship. LA Knight, great contender for you. He was United States champion. Shinsuke too. You could throw all those guys. Constant. JC Mateo, Solo Sikoa,
all the
Damian
luchadors.
Priest. Yeah, all of the luchadors, all of them. Rey Fenix, great contender. Now, look how far that gap is from being a great contender for the United States Championship all the way over to Universal.
Well, let's also look at when's the last time you saw him on SmackDown as a champion, like representing SmackDown as their champion?
Oh no,
never.
No, he's not. He doesn't do anything for it.
That's my thing with like the brand.
But we don't know before him.
Yeah.
How do you jump from that to Cody Rhodes either?
I think you can. I think it's more viable with Cody because of how he is as a champion. Look at the Kevin Owens matches. Look at the AJ Styles match. Because for a while, AJ Styles didn't feel like a main eventer for a long time.
No.
And then that Cody feud was awesome.
Yeah. Chris, can you do me a favor? Can you drop that light over here in the front? Real quick. Quickety splickety, please. Because I feel like I'm dark as shit since I put the blue light on.
You put it on?
No.
That was you this whole time?
No.
Oh.
I mean, like, put it on. Like, you know how you put a shirt on? Like, since I'm wearing it over my complexion?
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Okay.
I probably look great now with that big light. How am I looking, Quiz?
Oh, nice. Crispy's here.
I was about to get into it with you, but we would have never got away from it. So this match I expected to be a lot better. It was all the girls that were in the Money in the Bank match. Oh, I can't wait to talk about that Money in the Bank match.
That was the best one. That was really good.
But the only thing that I could say here is I liked Perez, Julia, and Naomi a lot better than I liked Ripley, Vaquer, and Bliss.
Well, there's an outlier or two. Ripley and Bliss. And I normally won't ever put Rhea Ripley in the outlier conversation because she's so good. On Raw, she had a shitter. She was shitting herself.
With Kyrie.
She kept dropping her.
Dude, what was that?
So Kyrie kept going for the wheelbarrow. She did not get her high enough to overreach for her head. Even I've hit that move. Like, I can hit that. I don't understand. There was just like so much miscommunication on her end. And at first I'm like, oh wow, Kyrie's really not having her best performance. And she didn't. But a lot of it was due to like how weird. I think she's trying to get over with the thing, and they're trying to give her something, and
I like it.
It was cute. It was cute.
I thought it was really cute.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of their gimmicks. But yeah, I love her stomps, bro. I love Kyrie. She's the best. But
It was cute.
Rhea Ripley hasn't been performing as great as I thought she could have. Alexa Bliss, she's never been the best.
No, she's not good.
No, she's great.
No, she's not.
She's great. She's great.
Twisted Bliss lacks oomph. Twisted Bliss lacks a little oomph.
Yeah.
But who has a better finisher?
The DDT.
Who has a better finisher than that Sister Abigail DDT? I think it's better than the Sister Abigail itself.
It is.
It's nasty. It's nasty.
I wish she would use that more. And I wish, like, here's the thing. I wish her character would finally lock in on, like, either, like, I like what she's doing right now.
What is she doing?
It's kind of like an in-between of, like, her transitioning away from the Lily thing, but, like, keeping, like, the aesthetic of the clothes. So she's kind of just she's a Hot Topic girl. And that's kind of what she is. She wears the Lala Loopsy. She has the Lala Loopsy doll. Shit. And
it looks horrible now, by the way.
What?
They
The doll?
rebranded the doll, and it does not look the same.
I'm kind of glad that it's getting worse then.
It's ugly.
I wonder if, like, I hope over time it gets worse.
And worse and worse?
Yeah, until it's
but
gone.
it, like, looks better, like, aesthetically.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like it fits her gimmick. That's what I mean. Like, it doesn't look like as well as designed.
And then she just drops it on the stage. Like, it's not essential.
Did she hand it out?
I don't think so.
She should. She's kind of babyface right now.
I like Alexa Bliss a lot. I like her as a talent. I think she's solid. I think she's what The Miz is. Like, what they think The Miz.
Oh, she could cut, bro.
Yeah.
She could cut a promo.
And she could wrestle if she needs to wrestle. Like, she
haven't
had
seen it
bangers
yet.
with Charlotte, Becky Lynch. Like, she had bangers in her prime. And she's still doing pretty good right now.
I can't wait to talk about Becky Lynch.
She's on fire. Yeah, we have to get to SmackDown. We said we were going to spend too much time on it.
Naomi has the best gear in the world.
Naomi's just the best in the world.
She's nice right now.
This is Raw?
Yeah, Penta and Andrade versus the Creed brothers. It was lit. They both came. Yeah, that's the thing about you're talking about the brand split. Andrade.
This was on SmackDown?
No, this was on Raw.
Why are we on Raw, though?
No, wait. No, this was on SmackDown. I'm sorry. Penta. That's what we're talking about with the brand split. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, we are still
It's because of Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
But like,
that's what it was.
You see how confused I got for a second? The lights went red and everything. Penta? I didn't see this match. I don't want to talk too much about Raw, but Raw was so good. Raw was so good.
SmackDown. You don't want to talk too much about SmackDown.
I don't want to talk about SmackDown, but
other than
it was
Logan
just
Paul cutting the best promo of his freaking career.
About time. Woo! About time, because he's done stuff like this before. His feud with LA Knight, that was good promo work.
Hey. I could walk on water and y'all would say it's because I can't
that was
swim.
hard. It was hard. It was hard.
Dirty boy with it.
And then he went on to he's plagued our podcast too.
But that was it. It's John Cena's John Cena.
His promos suck now.
You guys are just mad that LA Knight, that Logan Paul is the best WWE wrestler to do it right now, better than you WWE guys.
His promos suck.
Looks around to see if he gets heat. Like,
did you see on Raw? His cheap ass heel work too. We'll talk more about it.
I actually did
I
mind
have
that
so
promo.
much. Well, no, the promo was fine. The promo was fine. It's his mannerisms. He's such a bitch heel. It's so shitty. It's his best heel work is when he's just being John Cena.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's doing too much. He needs to keep just doing the, throw up the title and all that. He just needs to be John Cena because he's going to get the Cena sucks chance anyway.
Yeah, he's been getting them before. He's getting the same
He
amount.
needs to do Homelander.
Yeah.
Like everyone wants Cody to do Homelander. No, John Cena's been Homelander the whole time. He's literally, have you ever watched The Boys?
No, but
Homelander's like owned by this big government industry. And he's presented to everyone as like the big Superman type hero. He's on your posters. He's on your movies. He's all this. That's John Cena.
That is him.
John Cena's Homelander. Why is he trying to do stupid shit? Like what you do is have him come out, act like he does. Have him have backstage segments where he acts weird.
yeah.
Have him do interesting things in matches. Like CM Punk did a good job of making him. CM Punk, fantastic by the way, always. When he mentioned, when you said, I'm sorry, because you knew it was wrong. That's good. That's good heel works, John. That's good. I'm cracking the mic up and everything, but that's good heel work.
It is. And that's what he needs to do.
Be the actor that you are. You do so good in Peacemaker?
Yeah.
It's called Peacemaker? Yeah. You do so good with that stuff. I don't know what this is. It's so TKO. It feels like, you know what it feels like? What's the name of the music company that they have in TKO that makes the theme
Def
songs?
Rebel.
John Cena has Def Rebeled his gimmick.
He has. But the one thing that I did like is when he went off script.
Yeah.
And everybody was going, we want truth.
Yeah.
You can't handle the truth.
Yes.
And I was like, ooh. And he like, because nobody at this point on Friday, nobody.
Yeah, no one's even touched it.
Nobody thought it was going to be anything. And that was our first glimpse of it. And it was like, whoa.
But that's also John being a good, like, everything aside, John Cena's good, right? That's John knowing what it's going to do for the movement. Feeding into it. That's like that's like The Rock calling CM Punk when the Punk was untalked about, unheard of. And he goes on Monday Night Raw live, by the way.
I never heard this.
Okay, so this is maybe a year or so after The Rock or CM Punk left the company.
Yeah.
And Nuclear Heat. The crowd for years, CM Punk. And The Rock's like, you want CM Punk? He literally calls CM Punk on Monday Night Raw live, like on TV time, not after the show, live. He has the phone ringing. Punk didn't answer. It went to voicemail. And The Rock knew what it was going to do. And he got in mad trouble for it, apparently.
Probably did.
But it's the ability to know your status in a company, to know you can't fuck with them. Imagine firing John Cena for mentioning our... Imagine firing The Rock for mentioning CM Punk.
Can't.
You can't.
You can't. No.
That's what's so... this is what I'm saying. There's so much hidden, like there's so many layers to wrestling sometimes, and I just feel like they're doing everything at base value, and it feels like I'm getting a shitty pancake.
Yeah, it's
Not
true.
like a fluffy Japanese
I
one.
know
You ever
what
seen
mean.
those?
Yeah.
I'm getting like the shitty, crusty ones.
Now let's see if how much I actually care about what happened on this weekend, because I felt like I cared about it a lot. I felt like I was very indulged in every single aspect of it, other than probably Lola Vice and Stephanie Vaquer.
I was invested in their opponents.
Yeah, who was that? Dayless.
I don't remember their names because I was at a graduation
El Chica
watching it,
Tormenta.
so I had it almost muted.
I think it's like Dayless and Chica Tormenta.
Something
I
like
think
that.
It's something
But-
like that. But
Really good work with Stephanie, the two of them.
yeah, oh yeah.
Stephanie has really shown herself to just be the best women's wrestler.
She might be.
Like I think she's gonna give Io her biggest run for her money. It's not gonna be Julia because Julia's having a hard time translating strong style into WWE.
Well, she
still.
went bell to bell with her, and like, of course,
I think Roxanne is also up there right now. We're gonna keep talking about her because I have so much praise. I have so much praise for her work
Oh
recently.
my, she made Liv. Oh
Yeah, well, like Raw was so good.
okay,
Raw was so good.
Let me try. Okay, so we started off with probably I think this is why that he.
Three?
What's up?
No, don't worry about it. I'm just fixing.
I think this is why he's getting so much love, and it's because Worlds Collide starts out with the Mexican national anthem, Lillian Garcia going a little too hard on the American national anthem, but
She always does though.
it was great. It was great. Some people said she was doing too much, but I was like, she's killing it.
I mean, put on a red hat, brother. I sat there, grabbed myself a Michelob Ultra Superior Light beer, cracked it open,
They don't
threw it
drink
to the
light
side, and I grabbed a Coors Light like a real man. I saw someone drinking a Modelo. I said, "You're not Rey Mysterio." Slapped it out their hand. We're wrestling fans. There ain't no color to us. Ain't no color at all. I like Triple H. And you know what Triple H doesn't like? Color.
No, he doesn't. Other than unless you're a luchador, he throws a whole fucking PLE for you. He buys a company.
Oh
for
yeah,
you
brother.
guys.
There's my friend he had a funny joke where he was like, "I'm really glad Nick Khan decided to bring back R-Truth because we all know Triple H is racist. That's what's it doing."
Oh my goodness. So
All right.
anyways,
Worlds collide.
Well, yeah, Worlds Collide. We start off with Mitriwana, Aerostar, and Octagon, I believe.
Aerostar wasn't in this one.
Yeah, he was.
Are you sure?
Or yeah,
Aerostar was in the other. No,
No.
you're right. That's on me. There's so many matches, so many tag matches.
I'm doing my best. I
Yeah.
want to try to call it back.
He didn't even pull up the results.
No,
for
no,
it.
no,
I'm
there's
gonna pull it
nothing
up
here.
I'm gonna pull it up for me though.
Go ahead.
Because I know my ass is gonna forget these names, and you're gonna pronounce them better than me, and it's okay.
Mitriwana. I fucking love Mitriwana. Ilayeska. Then we have Lindsay Dorado tagging with the LWO. With
He also shared the Mark's World podcast on his story.
Mark's World.
So that makes so far in the
well,
past couple weeks,
please
the King
take-
Ricochet.
Yeah, we didn't even get to talk about that.
King Ricochet liked our Instagram post. The GOAT,
That was
my favorite wrestler ever. Yours too. Yeah, and Lindsay.
and Lindsay Dorado. That's actually a guy that I really like. I'm sorry if it's going slow.
No, it's not. I was just talking to you.
No, it is going slow. It didn't even load, did it?
Yeah, it did. Oh, maybe. Oh no, it hasn't even loaded yet. Oh, here we go. It's going. Sabu's there. All right, you can keep recalling. We'll talk about the opening while we wait for this.
So that match was
gonna
just
pull it up on my
really
phone,
good
so.
work in general. I was happy that Lindsay got the spot. I'm a little sad that my boy Joaquin Wild
Bro, can I just, before you get into quinoa, y'all are fucked up.
what?
I haven't. Do you know how many people called? I don't know his name.
Oh,
The-
Joaquin Phoenix.
No. His partner. I don't. Raul
Cruz de
Mendoza,
Toro.
right?
Cruz de Toro.
Is he not Raul Mendoza?
No, his name is Cruz de Toro.
Well, him. Wait, that's his partner's name?
Yeah,
Wow, I'm just as bad.
his name's Cruz de Toro.
Yeah. Everyone was calling him. Oh no, I was right.
What?
I don't know his WWE name.
Yeah.
I knew his actual Raul Mendoza.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, wow, I'm a horrible person.
No, but-
I'm like, I'm here ready to judge them.
On screen, they don't call him
Yeah.
Raul Mendoza.
But everyone was calling him Joaquin Wild.
Oh, really?
Not on commentary or what, but like every group chat I was in, they were like, wow, Joaquin's doing good. I'm like, it is interesting that they would book a non-Hispanic on this show. And then I looked at it, I'm like, that's not Joaquin. That's not him.
Bro, did the best work he's ever done in the WWE
He was
ever.
fucking cooking. I would argue, besides, because Lindsay was so smooth.
He was more WWE with it.
Who?
Lindsay.
He was so smooth, though.
He was doing his WWE tactics that it was entertainment. While Cruz de Toro actually pulled out his lucha shit, and he really got to luchando, bro. He really got down to it. It was insane. It was insane. I never seen that side of him. He really went crazy.
He did so good.
And then
Octagon Jr.,
yeah.
also probably a standout guy of the night.
Yeah. He probably the second most standout guy from AAA. Vikingo.
Viking. We'll talk about it when we get to the match because wow,
But
I still think it might be match of the year.
Yeah, no, people are calling it match of the year.
It's up there for me. It's up there for me
Bro,
because wow.
that boy. But so this match, I think the highlights in it, my favorite part was La Yesca getting Spanish flied or flu. What do you call it? Spanish flu by Lindsay Dorado. Oh, that was the best.
Bro.
And he just needs to be around more.
Mr. Iguana's. When he hyped him up so much to me, he was so excited for me to see him, and so that's why like he could say he was on the train before there was even a train. He conducted the fucking train.
I think so, right? No,
You
I
definitely
was saying
did
it
because no
like
one was
two-
talking about him. No one was talking about Mr. Iguana. I see him for the first time, and I'm like, I get it, I get it. And then a little bit into it, he's Gold Dust, R-Truth with it.
Yeah.
And he's just a fucking good wrestler.
No, that's the thing,
He's a fucking good wrestler,
bro. When he did that freaking whirl around,
Yes.
whirl back around, went on Lindsay's head, and then
That's the one thing. The battle of like the different animals in that fight.
yeah,
I've never seen that portrayed so well. Like I've never seen someone wrestle as a cat as well as that. I've never seen someone wrestle as a lizard like that before.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was like watching, like I always say wrestling in like superheroes.
Animal Planet. No.
Yeah, that too. Animal Planet. Not sure. But like when you see Spider-Man, you know, he's on the wall of Spider.
yeah,
And he's going against the Falcon.
yeah.
Oh no, not Falcon's the Hawkeye, not Hawkeye. No, I think it's Falcon.
The Green Goblin.
Well, Green Goblin. No, we're trying to think of Rhino when he's going
Yeah,
against
okay.
the Rhino. They both, you know, Rhino's using his horn. He's so smooth,
Yeah,
so smooth with every movement. There was a point Lindsay hit this crazy back rake, but it was so nice and everything he did. It was like watching. Do you know El Toro?
yeah. The
Like,
little guy?
Zorro.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Zorro. Yeah, you know Zorro.
Yeah.
That was my favorite movie as a kid.
Yeah,
He was like my favorite hero, and I didn't know people didn't know him. But
my dad likes him a lot.
my dad too. That's why. And he used to put it on for me, and I just fucking love that movie. And he goes, "Zzz."
That's how Lindsay moves,
He's like that.
bro. And
like
his roll in to put his hand out.
That was my favorite part of the whole match.
The way he sells.
We're finally loading, bro. But no, it was just like the smoothness of being able to go. I don't have that in me. I don't know how you do that. I'll never be as polished as Lindsay in anything.
He's a trainer down at NXT now. He's like training these guys at the
But
performance
he needs
center.
to be on TV.
Yeah, he's still young enough.
needs
And
to
you
be
see
on
how he
TV.
moves, dude?
Yes. I think Lindsay made himself one of my favorite wrestlers.
You know
In
how
that match.
yeah, no, I love Lindsay.
And I've watched Lindsay before, but I've never seen him like that.
you ever see him in person?
No, I don't.
I got
think
to
he-
watch him at a PPW event.
I know that was good.
It was really good.
Lindsay really stood out to me. Who else was on the team? It was 6-man.
It was Lindsay, Cruz de Toro,
Mm-hmm.
and Dragon Lee.
Dragon Lee didn't do much.
No, but he was cooking.
No, he
When
was cooking. He does what he does. Dragon Lee, I still think is one of the best on the roster.
He did his good stuff where he sets up in the corner for that super kick. Super kicks, right? You just big cooks.
It was just a great opening contest. Luchadors do tag wrestling unlike anyone else.
Yeah.
Like
And-
watching that whole match, I'm like, wow, there's so much like synergy.
And nobody could call a match like Conan.
I hate Conan. I hate his calling so much.
So after that match, we set up for or Octagon Junior.
believe you just said that.
And after that, we set up a match with Octagon Junior. Yeah, we get Octagon Junior in. Wait,
Yeah, after the match, I think they actually won, right?
who? Octagon Junior.
Yeah, they got the win in that match, didn't they?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think
yeah,
Iguana pinned Lindsay or something like that.
I don't know who pinned who. I think it might have been Octagon. to get the
Maybe
pin.
it would make sense. And then and then Dom was talking shit,
Yeah.
and he was talking himself, Mysterio name and all that. And then Octagon comes down to him. Dom fucking rocks his shit, and he kind of gets away with it.
Yeah.
and then he's like, "Yeah, Money in the Bank, me and you, it's on."
That was babyface.
It's pretty babyface,
Like, who does that as a heel?
but it kind of worked for him.
No, it did. He was like, I'll see you.
Dom is so over. Like
Dirty
on
Dom.
on Monday they were seeing that shit.
Yeah.
Sammy didn't feel over to me because of Dom was in that match.
Yeah, and he wasn't. And I'm
At the end he got over though.
I'm very surprised that he won.
Me too.
That was a big surprise.
I'm happy because I can see the storyline written a mile away. Karrion Kross is right there. And how did he win? It was a little sketchy.
Hey, did you see that? Okay, did you watch that match? Like your eyes were glued. Okay, did you? I feel like some people might not have seen this.
Is this about Raw though?
Yeah,
We probably should.
Okay.
Let's save it.
All right, all right.
I want to talk about the Karrion Kross bit. I know there's so much I want to talk about on Raw. Just because that was the one I just recently watched. I rewatched that this morning.
But so that match, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, hold on.
It was good. It was a good match. I have it here too.
Octagon caught the pin over Lindsay Dorado
And then the next match
with the
was,
fall away moonsault. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And then,
Stephanie Vakir and
Yeah.
Lola
we
Vice.
don't got to talk about that one.
Someone, some I don't know who, Nikki Bella. I don't want to talk about Raw too much, but I have to talk about this. Nikki Bella said her name crazy. I don't remember how she said it, but she said like,
Didn't even pronounce the R. Stephanie Vacquet.
yeah, she said it like, maybe I think she's French. I don't know, but I don't. She didn't even try.
Nikki Bella's Hispanic.
Is she?
Yeah.
That's even worse.
That's what got me
even
mad.
worse.
That's what got me really mad, dude.
Because everyone, like, it's not hard. It's not hard to be like, hey, how do you say this?
And the thing is, she told me. Not she told me. Shayna
Oh,
goes.
she did?
Shayna tells me. She goes. Maybe that's how you pronounce it. And I go, no, it's not.
I told you that's not.
I go, why the fuck did she say her name like that? And she's
I
like,
was so
maybe
upset.
that's how you pronounce it. And I go, it's Stephanie Vacquer. Like, there's an R.
You don't see me saying Vakir.
No, but I'm saying if you're going to pronounce it like in
Vacquer.
Spanish and they're like calling attendance, like,
But
it's
like, I don't understand where she got her enunciation of the name from. I don't.
Stephanie Vacquet. And I was like, what the
I was
fuck?
upset. I was so upset.
So was I.
I was upset Nikki Bella was on TV.
So was I. Did you?
Because I'm not a fan of Nikki Bella at all. Her promo was okay. It was okay.
It sucked.
Liv Morgan made the segment.
Oh my god.
I can't wait to get to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Lola Vice.
forget it.
Well, I do want to talk about now we have her name. Chick Tormenta.
Chick Tormenta and Dallas.
Yeah. They I like them.
Yeah.
They when Stephanie was in, they were cooking. They were cooking up for a little bit. And then Lola got in and I
And then
stopped.
the baddie comes in. The baddie, Lola Vice.
That's all there is.
She better run with that gimmick, though. She better run far as she can by just being a baddie.
It's not gonna take her far enough now. It gets everyone a little far, right? Eventually, it's gonna.
Being a baddie can get you a little far, but
Look what it did. Nikita Lyons went viral for how long, and now everyone realized she sucks at wrestling.
she's ass.
literally ass. That's all she.
She is
Like
ass.
like her gimmick is ass. And I don't get it. Let's skip that.
Seems to be trying too hard too.
Legado de Fantasma versus El Hijo Dr. Wagner Jr. I don't know how to say his. How do you pronounce
Pagano.
that? Yeah, Pagano. Is that it? And then Psycho Clown.
Psycho Clown. I expected so much out of this match and got shit other than great work at a Legado de Fantasma.
Wagner was cooking.
Yeah.
He was the only one cooking.
Yeah. And he's more of a hard hitter brawler than a luchador.
I was really upset we didn't get that out of him, and we got more of like his. And I get why he did it because WWE. It sucks because I was so hyped from like his Noah work, even his mask and all that. His gear, it was shitty.
Yeah.
Have you seen some of his gear?
Yeah, it
He had
wasn't-
like golden crested mask with like emerald undertones. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to him.
The next match was pretty good.
But yeah, I hope Wagner, when he gets signed eventually,
You think?
he is signed.
Yeah, but
They were talking about bringing him in
really?
for a while, yeah. And they were
Hopefully.
like, they wanted to take his mask off, which I don't like.
No,
I
he
think
already
that's
did. He already got unmasked.
On AAA?
Maybe he
Was it
did, but
recently?
I saw no. Maybe I'm wrong.
I know he has brothers.
I saw no. I think what I saw was him unmasked in the back talking to Santos Escobar the one
Maybe
day.
because he must be
just a
he must
video.
he must be like a handsome dude or something.
No, he's ugly.
Is he?
Yeah.
So why do they want to take his mask off?
I don't know. At least.
So there's an indie wrestler, Fuego del Sol. You heard about him? He got unmasked at GCW finally. He's handsome.
that was his last match. Yeah.
He's a charmer.
Yeah.
I was like, why are you hiding this? Like, you look so goofy in the mask. Looks so goofy in the mask. And then now he's a heel. He's working heel. He's back his backyard wrestling gimmick, Kage. Whew, he's cooking. I'm excited for him.
So he retired, basically as
I like that though. He stuck to like the traditions of it.
Yeah, that's cool. The next match was pretty good, pretty hard hitting match.
It was a little weird at times to me.
It was.
And it wasn't on Ethan Page or the Lucha. It was on Javon Evans.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't.
Javon Evans didn't fit.
No, he didn't. That was weird, right?
I think it should have just been Ethan Page versus the two of them.
I mean, he got some pretty good pops for his. Once he started to get into it, and he was doing
then he
his
hit that
shit.
weird ass rolling kick off the top, and then he completely missed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just felt
that one, but then he followed it up with his nice kick, and then he
Yeah.
followed it up with
Yeah.
his crazy cutter.
he's still good. Like
Yeah.
he's really fucking good.
He was
just-
taking chops from fucking Ray Phoenix. Ray Phoenix.
Phoenix sunned him.
That's
what was happening. He's
He
getting
did.
sunned.
He was like,
Phoenix sunned him.
and then he.
Phoenix
hyped.
Phoenix showed why he's so fucking good. By the way, I think he was.
Yeah, Conan was glazing there during.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, I actually discovered Ray Phoenix.
Laredo Kid was cooking.
Yeah.
Compared to his like NXT matches where I felt like, oh man, this is not gonna be good for him. Then he cooked. He brought out. He looked sick with the belt, with the green belt hanging out of his tights, and he was going two of them. Ethan Page was cooking,
Dude, and
people always say Ethan Page isn't the best wrestler. I heard
but
some-
he has a good gimmick.
Yeah.
And he incorporates the gimmick with. It's not just he's on the mic and then it's getting you hyped for the matches, and then it's not it revolves all like so well together. Everything meshes together. The promo work.
there's
and
like
then
a
getting
sense
into
of like realism to like how he feels about
Yeah.
things in it. Like there was a moment where Javon got the pin and Ethan was able to grab his leg at the last second, but then he slides back out the ring tired, but he has a smile on his face. Excellent.
Yeah.
Someone I was talking to said that, it's just another Miz, it's just another MJF.
He's
But
not.
but even if that's the case, we need them.
Yeah, but
We need them.
he's better.
He is ish. I think Miz is still here for me.
But the
here
thing
for
for
me.
me is that
Right now though,
Ego's jacked.
yeah, right now he is.
He's
He used
pretty-
to. It's crazy because he used to be built like pretty big.
Yeah.
So like he's had the craziest transfer.
He's pretty fucking jacked.
I'm so
dude.
happy for him,
And he's a pretty handsome dude.
and he's good.
Yeah.
He's just good at what he does.
That grounded, and he's like a grounded pound type of guy. Like,
and
it's realistic to be getting fucked up by.
and the moves he was doing.
Yeah, about his Rana that he pulled out, he was bugging.
But he used to hit that shit all the like the way he's transformed his wrestling style to be who he is right now is so cool. I'm very happy for him.
We have the last match of the
That
night.
match was a banger.
Is it now?
Now it's time for the AAA Mega Championship.
Whoosh,
Viking Go versus Chad Gable.
whoosh. These boys started wrestling.
It was good.
That, like, as much as like he was transferring to the lucha style, like Chad Gable.
But like I didn't expect that. Like I expected from Chad. I didn't expect Viking Code to go toe to toe with him.
yeah, he was. He was throwing arm bars and shit.
It was good. Like it was so good that Chad was still selling his arm.
Yeah, yeah.
He was cooking. He was cooking.
Dude, the whole match was good, and I like that they were teasing the table spot just for Chad Gable to get the table spot.
I didn't think he was gonna get it
Hit
either.
it beautiful.
Moonsault.
It was like, dude,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Chad is a man of the time, where we're gonna look at Chad back in like 20 years from now. We're gonna be like, wow, look at how he was. Look at how fucking good Chad Gable was.
If anybody's studying wrestling ever, I think Chad Gable is
Because
the
you
best
could
to
study
study.
everything from him.
Well, what can't you study from him?
Because if you're a high flyer, study how he paces his flying.
Yeah,
Study how he's flipping and how he uses everything with the meaning. He also had a match with AJ Styles on Raw.
Yeah.
That had some of the most innovative offense I've seen in a minute. He's just like that.
Dude, if you want to be like, I guess I want to say Benoit, but
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan, almost sort of like technician. He also has that.
Yeah. Here's the thing with people are getting pretty upset with me because I'm like, give Chad Gable his roses for how good this event ended up being.
Bro.
And they were upset. They were like, well, that's, him being racist, a racist
He's not
gimmick.
racist.
And I'm like, I just don't get how he's embracing the style of, and I'm like, I said, say what you want. Chad Gable became this heel for everyone to unite around and hate, which they haven't. In that crowd, there wasn't one Chad. He was getting louder pops than Viking.
Yeah.
I said, say what you want. Give him his roses because he was partially responsible for the biggest night in luchador history. And they're like, oh, that's a bit of an over exaggeration. I'm like, it was the number one thing talked about in the world on Twitter.
Yeah. Like, not Money in the Bank.
Tell me the last time CMLL got that. Tell me the last time AAA got that.
Tell me the last time AEW did that for Lucha.
Or anything. And AEW does a lot for Lucha.
They do. That's what I'm saying.
The SEMO collaboration.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, they have done so much. But
And-
still.
I still think it's probably the biggest night for luchadors
Ever.
That's why they were all in the crowd. Like, you could hate and hate and hate and hate because there's so much hate to go toss out. But let's not take away from the fact he's wrestled these guys and been their villain. So they have a reason. They have a common enemy to stand against and rise towards. And it makes all of lucha look good.
It does.
It brought everyone together to look good. And Vikingo taking on the character that I have to represent my company, my culture, all of this because he's been making a mockery out of it. Wow. Because it came out in that match.
And he barely got it done.
And he showed how good and pure lucha is. Because that's not a represented style. You could say what you want about the luchadors in WWE and Rey Mysterio and what he's done for the company. Vikingo has done more in that match than Rey Mysterio as a whole for the genre.
Yeah.
Because after seeing Rey Mysterio, I didn't look up luchadors. I just looked up Rey Mysterio.
Right. You didn't look up Lucha. You didn't look up his work in AAA or anything.
It wasn't his best work.
No.
We saw a man who represents it at its core. And commentary, for whatever its calls could be, they did mention, look at Vikingo, defending his culture, defending the company. Because at this point, AAA only won one match.
Yeah.
AAA won one match on their show. On their crossover show. So I really thought Chad Gable was walking out as champion.
So did I.
And I would have been a little upset.
That would have been lit, though. He needs to.
Yeah, but
somebody needs to take it off from the WWE.
But it didn't. Instead, Vikingo was able to elevate himself, the company, the culture, the mythos behind luchador wrestling, and the legacies that are left behind. He's what is he, a second generation superstar now?
Yeah, El Hijo.
Yeah. It's there's so much to it that people want to comment on, but they're not looking at the grand scheme of things and how these guys, they're gonna make bank now.
They're happy, dude.
I've never seen that. Was such a good match. There were so many stories told. And Gable did a good. He wasn't mocking the crowd much.
No,
he was locked in.
He was wrestling.
He wrestled the style. He wrestled his style, and he elevated the lucha style with his style. That's why he's so good. He's the most diverse wrestler on the planet today, and I think Chad Gable. If you're gonna start ranking people, now it's time to start with putting him at number one.
I've been saying that Chad Gable is the most pure in-ring wrestler.
I think he's better than Prime Gable, Prime Angle.
He might be
in ring. He's better than Prime Angle.
It's just that Angle had that aggression, but that
and
technicality
Gable had it.
That
in this
technicality
match. When he locked in for this match, there was an aggression we don't get out of him because he has to do this goofy shit. But then he went to a pure wrestling company and he fucking wrestled.
He wrestled like a motherfucker. Too.
Fucking pile driver off the fucking top rope.
Yo, dude. Well, it was like it looked almost like a power bomb. But
yeah, it was supposed to be a pile driver. I think it was good,
dude. I never seen it.
I've never seen it. I thought he died. I thought it was a botch at first.
I did because the camera angle. Yeah. It was dead on.
It was.
Oh, what a match! I
have nothing but praise. I have nothing but praise for both Vikingo and Gable because wow.
Stop hating on Chad Gable. Stop being on the internet. Oh, I don't like this El Grande. It has taken him to places that he even says he feels the most alive. Like after that match, he felt the most alive that he's ever. And then he gets to work double duty And he gets to be on this AAA event as the main event, and then still in one of the most important matches of Money in the Bank, which is the Money in the Bank.
He's fucking delivering. And
then he
say
opens
what you
up
want.
Raw.
Like I'm not a big fan of like monopolizing wrestling and all that. But I'm so happy that they have these partnerships now. Like with TNA, they don't own TNA yet.
Right.
I hope it stays that way. I would love to see Gable go on there and just fucking wrestle some of them guys. I wish they
Him
didn't
versus
fire-
Speedball? Wait, no, Speedball is an AEW
I
now.
wish
You can
Josh
sign- yeah.
Alexander didn't leave.
Oh.
Josh Alexander versus Chad Gable would probably be one of the greatest matches of all time. He's going to put on one of them ones with any of your top boys. If you want to
anyone.
make your champion legit, if you want to make someone feel like a monster like he did for Gunther, like he did for Sami Zayn when he was champion, you give them Chad Gable.
And there's so many matches yet that he could still have.
Yes.
Matches versus Sheamus. Matches versus Jacob Fatu.
You know what he's done? He's filled in for Kevin Owens.
Ooh, and him versus Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Has it happened yet?
No, but it was him versus Sami Zayn. You think that
That's a good point. He meant Crispy off camera. He pulls up a picture of Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler was another one of them boys.
yeah, he was.
And Dolph Ziggler, he's on TNA right now. Give me Gable versus Ziggler. Give me Gable versus Ziggler. Nick Nemeth. That's how I feel about that show.
And I was almost
It gets me so excited about wrestling.
and dude, all the vignettes in between.
It's very like I always talk about how much I enjoy Japanese pro wrestling. Japanese pro wrestling takes a lot of inspiration from lucha.
Yeah.
It's heavily influenced actually. Like when you look at a guy like Misawa and all them, they actively said we take from lucha and like all that because that's the culmination that brought together things like strong style, that brought together this fast-paced junior heavyweight style. Guys like Ricochet, guys like Ospreay. Lucha Underground was formed to give these guys home, and it innovated a style that is now seen all over the world, and you got to watch it in its purest form.
It's the best wrestling.
And it's so good.
It's like
so
the best
good.
in-ring stuff comes.
That was basically a fucking King's Rose Misawa Kobashi-esque match. Wow. And then Vikingo didn't even do his normal bullshit that I get pissed off with him for doing.
Like what?
That 630 he hits all the time.
Yeah,
he hit it like 3 times that match. Yeah. Not even, like twice.
Yeah.
The one to the fucking outside, crazy, and then to finish.
Yeah. It was amazing.
He usually fucking hits that like 30 times. In his match versus Omega, I was so pissed. I was so sick of it. And he hit his head off the apron hitting it on him. But then he goes here and he has just a remarkable performance. That technical work of the arm. He locked in some innovative ass arm bars.
Yeah.
His pacing. There was
That Conan created.
Yeah. Actually, I told him.
It's called a northern armbar.
Yeah.
Graves.
Shut up. There was a little funky spot at one point where it looks like he was trying to prop himself up, and I guess he got caught and he couldn't get his arm.
Yeah.
And the way they recovered from that was great. That was a great recovery because I honestly forgot about it entirely. I'm just excited. I'm excited for what's to come next. Excited for what's coming to next.
Then we got
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank. We open up with the women's ladder match, which I expected to be gas. Oh, gas, no breaks with it. So many funky spots.
In the women's match,
Yeah.
there was a lot of good potential in a lot of the
It
spots.
should have been the best match almost for women of the year.
You know who I thought was the MVP of this match?
Okay.
Roxanne.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, that's true.
I think Roxanne's been the MVP of women's wrestling right now.
Yeah, I think she is, and she's the youngest, not even
Like,
woman on the
I
roster.
think
She's the youngest
Stephanie-
on the roster.
Yeah, I think Stephanie is probably the best in-ring worker, whatnot. Right next to EO, and Roxanne's the best complete wrestler.
She is. Dude.
And she's trained her whole life for this. When she's getting called the prodigy and Booker T swears his life by her, like he goes out of his way to like, no, this is my girl. He knew. He saw it. Started training at what, 15 years old?
Yeah, and she could go, dude. She
She's
could go
so
and
good.
go and go and
so
go.
good. I think she's younger than us.
Yeah, she is. She's 23.
Okay, she's a little older than me by like a few months. Wow. I can't wrestle like that. I don't think I could wrestle like that even if I did go to reality.
Dude, when I
wrestling.
see her, I just get like, I'm in awe because
And then-
I don't get it.
She's finally coming into like this gimmick, like this understanding of her gimmick recently, where like I felt like when she first turned heel, it was a little funky. She was trying to figure it out. She's manipulative now. She's cunning. She's charming.
Yeah.
That's good. She's just good.
Dude, she's been cooking. She's been cooking like no other. She's just getting to it. She's able to be that person in the match. Like there's so many people that like Naomi should have been the heel of the match. And
Yeah.
I'm glad Naomi won. I feel like the match wasn't that great, but the outcome that we got is Naomi as Miss Money in the Bank which is what I needed. I needed it more than anything.
Yeah, she
And
deserves it.
It's the best decision I
deserves
think
it.
of the night. I like it more than Seth Rollins' decision, even though I wanted Seth to win.
I wanted Seth to win until he won it. Does that make sense?
No,
So like I'm like, yeah, this is the interesting storyline, and then he won it, and I was like, wish it was LA Knight. Or I was like, every time I saw someone else about to win it, I'm like, I like this better actually. I'm
so-
happy if it's a new guy that never gets opportunities, or like they're on TV but they're not doing much. I'm happy with that.
I have sobered up off LA Knight.
I have too recently, and it's not his fault. I don't think it's his fault.
No, it's not.
It's just crappy booking, which is why that Money in the Bank win, I think that would have reignited him because he knows how to get momentum.
They detoxed me of him, basically. That's what they did. And now
Same
it's
thing
like
with
I'm
Rhea
not
Ripley.
craving it. Yep. Well, I like Rhea. She's actually ruining it for me with her in ring work. That's what she's doing for me, to be honest. Because they book her like such a big, strong woman when she was actually so much cooler coming up as the underdog.
Yeah, it was cool.
Even though her
Well-
body's not built like the underdog, but
She used to be built a little different. She had a different look. She's taken herself to a level where like she's got this main event atmosphere to her. Like she's always gonna be the main event.
Yeah.
That's the rest of her career. She
doesn't-
solidified herself. She doesn't have to work as hard, and that's fine. She does. She still works hard. I think she's struggling to keep up with the times.
she peaked a little bit. Let's see if she could get it back and take herself higher to when she's ever been before.
Up next, we got Dominic Mysterio versus Octagon Jr.
Hopefully, we don't spend more time on this match than it actually lasted because it was 4 minutes.
Yeah, I wish it got a little more time.
It did what it needed to.
It did.
Dominic and Liv Morgan need to get out of the Judgment Day and just work alone.
They're so good as a product. Let them just hang out. They need to just always ride off each other. Like if he becomes champion, let her become women's champion. Like just let them grow together because that's what they've been doing.
Yeah, and they look good in that little promo beforehand where they just have the camera on them.
Dominic's gear was fire, by the way.
Yeah.
He's been wearing some fire ass gear recently.
But Dominic basically squashes Octagon. And I expected him to get booed a little bit because he did get booed at Worlds Collide. But then you go across the street and it's dirty, dirty Dom, dirty, dirty Dom. They
Right.
love that boy.
Everyone loves Dom. He's really like, you could tell he's Gen Z. And I think it's obvious like who he's catering to and why he's so over. Because you got a Gen Z boy up there.
Yeah.
And it's nice to not have someone who's old and like making old ass references.
Yeah.
Like if John Cena comes out and says, he's glazing someone, I'm gonna be like, that's a little weird. Dominic Mysterio could say glaze.
Yeah, he's like,
He
stop.
do shit.
Stop glazing me.
Yeah.
It would go crazy.
Yeah, like it's just Dominic Mysterio. He fits in with the times, and he's just our guy.
Then we have the sequel to Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch, and they do not disappoint at all.
They never do. I like the first one a little better.
A little bit, but this one is
This one was good.
just as good.
Good.
Just as good, and it does. And Becky wins in a similar way, and it's not that she won dirty; she won clean, and she did the roll up. And
It was good.
They said that they pulled the tights, so that is dirty, I guess, a little bit. But
But it was good. There's a moment at the end where Becky makes her raise her hand. How humiliating.
Oh no! All four corners. Do all of them. Everybody has to see it. And I was like, and then Lyra's like, she's not good at
She
playing
gave-
pissed off. She's like,
Part of her, you can tell like part of her's excited about it. I guess when you're working your hero, like I feel like if The Rock was bitching me, I feel like,
ah,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
oh, I hate that you're talking down on me.
Nah.
Yeah, he
I'd
raises
raise his hand and he'd fucking lift me up the ground and be like, yeah.
And then Becky Lynch, and this was not part of the deal, but she's like, now put the title on my waist.
Yeah, and I think she rolled out.
No,
Yeah.
oh yeah, but she made her
Does
she puts the title on her waist and gives her a German.
Awesome.
And it was like, okay, so that means it's not over. But then I expect Bailey to come out. I'm like, oh, where's Bailey? Where's Bailey? Doesn't come.
And then that's how that's left.
Everybody predicted that. And I love Becky Lynch's new gear.
I just like, she's doing so good.
It's
right now.
not like up her butt gear that she used to have.
I like so I was talking to my friends and we were doing like our ranking of the 4 horsewomen today. So the 4 horsewomen being Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Bailey and Becky.
Lynch. Yeah.
And I always had Becky on the bottom of that list. Always. At the time, I was Becky. Like, so in order, I used to have Sasha on top, then Charlotte, then Bailey, then Becky. At one point, it was Becky, then Bailey.
I think it's the other way around now.
So
Your list is
I
upside
said,
down.
I said now, I think Becky, has moved herself way above. I think Sasha's doing the worst work she's ever done.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
It's upside down. That's what I'm saying.
It's atrocious. I think Bailey's number 1. I think Becky's number 2. Charlotte's number 3.
No, Bailey's not better than
I think
Becky
she is.
Lynch.
And I'll tell you why I feel this way.
I'm saying what they're given and what they do.
I think Bailey's done better with the shit she's been handed, and she's brought the best out of EO.
She can't find a fucking finisher for her life.
That's fine.
It
don't matter.
annoys me.
I
You
don't
need a good finish.
I disagree. Gunther doesn't have a solid finish either.
Nobody has like 4 different moves
And,
that can be a finish at any time in the match.
And
That Rose plant sucks.
Becky, and so does the manhandle slam.
No, it doesn't.
That sucks ass.
You're not.
That sucks ass.
No.
She hits it like shit.
Yes, she does.
So we can't even use that argument. I think I get what you're saying though, and I agree. I think Bailey's more consistent in ring. I think she's the more consistent, passionate character worker. I think when she's a heel, she's amazing. When she's a babyface, she's even better.
Becky is my favorite heel right now.
I love Becky so much right now. That's why she's number 2. But I think there's a chance for her to.
You know what you were saying about R-Truth? How you were telling me earlier, you were saying that it was weird and trying to get over how he was speaking. Mm-hmm. Okay, I felt that about Becky. I'm like, oh, here comes the same old promo. Her babyface promos that she always cuts like that. Until she's like, that disingenuous. Like, she was just like, good for nothing. Bird woman. She was like, she didn't even raise my hand the right way. She was like, I wanted to come out here and do it the right way. And I was like, what?
I think the biggest thing to take away is that you can see who wants to give and who wants to take away. The women's intercontinental title right now is bigger than the women's world title.
Yeah, it's
and
huge.
The women's WWE championship. Yeah, that feels like the world title to me.
It's huge.
It's sad because they keep EO backstage, and it's upsetting me because she has all these cool run-ins with people, and we're just not getting much from her, and it's upsetting because she's so good.
Oh, we're on Raw, kind of. We're talking about Raw.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. What's next?
Money in the Bank men's match. I thought it was the best Money in the Bank of the night.
Oh, I think you're going to say the best of all time.
No, it wasn't.
I
was waiting for spots. There were a couple of cool ones, like the Mexican Destroyer on the ladder.
Yeah.
I like Chad Gable's little intricate move onto El Grande Americano.
Yeah.
Sorry.
El Grande Americano.
Grande Americano.
Stupid.
I don't like the fireball ladder.
That was stupid.
And I there's not much to say about this match because I felt like I already knew it was going to happen.
It was a very predictable match.
Even when Jacob Fatu came out,
I didn't feel impacted by that moment. By the way,
no, it didn't
when
matter.
he said, "Oh, I hate you," it didn't feel like.
It's like I knew that was coming, but like it didn't come in the best way possible.
It felt rushed. Like he didn't even like. There was no emphasis on it.
No,
like wasn't. I wanted to see the slow and maybe it's just him being new to the or maybe it's just like new to that cinematic style. Yeah. I wanted him to hold on to Solo and say, "What are you doing?" And then he looks him in the eyes like, "I hate you."
I like that he was
Solo.
I like that Solo. He was like,
yeah. He's like, "What the fuck?
Hey, let go."
he's so funny.
What are you doing?
Solo was real funny in this match. I thought he was enjoyable, really.
A little pencil walk.
Yeah, the little pencil walk. He's just done some good heel work.
Zero. And he kicks his foot.
Yeah.
He's doing great. He's doing great work. He deserves a lot more than.
Give him the U.S. title run.
Yeah.
Or like just have him in that scene. Like
have him
that's
come
gonna
get
happen.
It. Yeah, have him come get it.
That's gonna happen. It's gonna be good. It'll be good.
And the prediction comes true. Seth Rollins wins.
Yep.
He's not too happy about it. I'm happy about it. I can't wait for just the power. The power that he has.
He already has it.
The power.
Like when we get into Raw right now. Oh wait, never mind. Forgot this match happened.
Yeah. So then we have literally 14 minutes of Jey Uso getting his ass kicked, and it's just such a boring match up until the point that Cody gets his hot tag. Cody gets his hot tag, starts hitting his little dusty fist, drops, hit. He was just doing good stuff.
I miss Cody.
Yeah, I miss Cody a lot. And
Where was he on Raw?
He's on SmackDown.
Is he on SmackDown? I forgot.
Yeah. So that was just great stuff. And but the talk of the town, the talk of the town is we get Ron Killings. And I see these people's reactions like, oh, is this Seth cashing in? Oh, who is this?
For a second, I was like, I believed it.
When I saw him get speared and I looked and they did their best to cover him up, I knew it was truth. And I was like, oh, no way, our truth.
It was hype. They were trying to present it as like the best kept secret. Shut up. Y'all didn't plan that shit.
No,
That wasn't gonna happen.
Don't let WWE take credit. Don't let
Don't let
TKO
them
take credit.
from the Marks world. Like that's what they're trying to do. They're really trying to make it seem like the Marks are stupid and like, you're just being Marks being Marks.
No, it was our voice that made it happen.
If Truth himself is saying it, I believe it.
Yeah. And even his son retweeted
He was
it.
like,
and
"That's cap."
Stop the cap. Stop the cap.
You seen his son?
No. Is he a big dude?
He's pretty big and he's just like light skinned R-Truth.
Really?
I'm serious. But I didn't care for the match. I thought there was cool moments. I thought Logan Paul actually did a lot of the heavy lifting.
I think we got one of the coolest that moonsault to the outside.
Beautiful. Probably one of the best moonsaults I've seen.
Dude, if Logan Paul hasn't won you over by now, there's no chance of you ever liking Logan Paul because he's not going to change of who he is. And I think that that goes with his character. But if you can't respect his in-ring work, then I'm not going to try to convince you because he is that guy.
He's good.
He's really good. He's a really good wrestler. And WWE, I'm not saying they need him, but does he fit well? Does he fit well?
I think he does his role really well. And I think he's finally found his role of being the social media and finally because at first when he was doing the US title run, he was being the social media guy and whatnot. And he was bringing his title on the podcast and he just wasn't showing up.
Did you like the drone spot?
Yeah. Everyone hated it on it.
I loved it.
I thought it was really cool. Even Cody got into it.
Yeah, it's his idea too.
Yeah, it was good. It's good. I think that's cool if it becomes a staple of Logan Paul.
It should be.
I just think there's a lot of good stuff, and the match wasn't that great to me.
No, it wasn't.
The match was kind of ass actually.
But I think we got one of the biggest.
I think we got the best performance out of Logan Paul, where he showed that he could hold his weight. I'm still not the biggest fan of Logan Paul. I think as a wrestler, he has earned his stripes to be called a wrestler. Like he mentioned, I don't think he's required for the product at all. I think Logan Paul could leave tomorrow and nobody would fucking notice. But
he's not on enough.
Like I said, he's a cool celebrity wrestler. And maybe it's wrong to call him a celebrity wrestler. At this point,
I think
I'm always gonna refer to him as that because that's how he still feels to me. Whenever he's in ring, I'm like, oh, it's Logan Paul from YouTube. I'm never gonna be like, oh, it's Logan Paul from WWE.
I think he's a lot of
it's like
the younger
Fortnite.
Crowd. It's going to be like that now.
Like when people say Naruto from Fortnite. Oh. Crispy's losing to shit. You got a Naruto shirt on.
He's the Fortnite guy.
Logan Paul's always gonna be Logan Paul from YouTube, or from the guy who boxed KSI.
I think that
I don't even think the younger kids know Logan Paul from YouTube.
They know him from boxing Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, they're not gonna know him from WWE ever.
I think they will. I
don't think he's ever gonna be the WWE guy.
He's 5 years in.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone's ever referred to him as the guy from WWE. They also refer to him as Jake Paul's brother. And I think that's the biggest slap in the face, because at one point, Jake was Logan's brother. So it's kind of crazy.
So then we get into Raw.
Let's go.
And we have banger promo to open up. We have John Cena and CM Punk. And John Cena starts cutting towards the crowd. And he was like, who'd you guys send me? Who'd you guys pick? He was like, the class clown. And you use your voice to what? To get the class clown back. And he was like, I don't need clowns. I need competition. I was like, oh, look at my eyes. Oh, and CM Punk comes out, and it still feels weird that he's babyface.
Even he felt weird.
Yeah.
You could tell he was uncomfortable saying some of the shit he was saying.
Every time he referred to the people.
It was weird. He was like, the people. It was a bit funky. I'm not going to lie.
I liked when he said.
But there was points where he was like.
The people didn't pick you. And he was like, they picked me in 2012. They told you they don't like you.
Yeah.
And he was like, they picked me.
He made Cena's heel turn make sense.
Yeah.
He that's one thing, guys like Paul Heyman, guys like that's why Paul Heyman knows CM Punk is the best in the world.
Because he could do that.
He knows.
Without a mouthpiece.
He just has the mind. And he did that on the spot. You could tell a lot of that promo was on the spot.
Yeah. And, oh, dude.
He just has the beats.
He was cutting into him.
And then he paused so the crowd could pick up CM Punk, Cena, stuff like that. And it's just smart. It's very smart work from Punk. And like I said, he mentioned John Cena having him in the STF after Seth curb stomped him. And he was saying, I'm sorry. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you for fucking making John Cena make sense to me for the first time since he's come back.
For real. And I felt like this time he's like, you guys sent me Cody Rhodes. okay, we were gonna pick John Cena.
What Punk also did that I really appreciate it. He said Cody is the best of us. Wow.
Yeah.
Way to put him over.
Yeah, he
Way
did.
to understand that Cody is the leader of this generation.
Yeah.
Way to understand that we are stepping on his toes. And way to make the world title make sense again.
Yeah.
Wait to say, he went to him, he said, and that's the chip everyone wants. That's the chip, guy. I understand why Seth
He was like, and I
Rollins
didn't
is
want
the-
it. He was like,
Yeah.
it wasn't on my list.
He's like, it makes me a monster.
He's like,
And he's like, but if I have to turn into a monster to beat you, I will. I was like, oh. Because it was the
He cut
summer
it.
of Punk. The summer of Punk was insane.
but then you feel the power
Yes.
of that Money in the Bank briefcase.
And then
And they didn't do anything with it.
And then that entrance when they're staring down. And, well, what I really liked, Cena was like, and I think it went over a lot of people's heads when Cena mentioned this.
Yeah, you
Where
gotta come to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Cena tells Punk. First of all, it was really he was kind of a cornball. He's like,
Yeah.
let's do it.
He's like, CM Punk versus John Cena one last
wants
time.
it? Let's do it. But then
Not tonight.
not tonight. Finally, that was the best part of heel work I've seen.
Yeah.
He's like, we're actually going to do this in Saudi Arabia, knowing everyone in that crowd's going to be pissed off.
Yeah, but
Because not only did they hate him for not
doesn't
having the
CM Punk
night,
not like Saudi Arabia?
nobody does, Dave. They have, you know how much blood is on Saudi's hands?
Yeah, but like doesn't
Yeah.
like he hasn't he
He's
vocally
actively spoken out against it. That's why I looked up actually that picture of Miz. That scene, he called Miz. He told Miz to go back and take your blood money. And now Punk has to face Cena under his terms in his company. He became Homelander. He did the Homelander shit.
Yeah.
And
He goes, "You want this? You're gonna have to follow me to Saudi Arabia."
Mm-hmm.
When he said follow him, I was like,
that's good work. I'm a little worried for Punk's health. I hope they keep him well guarded. Yeah, that's probably my biggest thing. And then staring down nose to nose. Whoa,
bro. And
there was-
Paul Heyman holding the
Yeah.
briefcase,
And then he
you got
hands
the
it over.
You got the disaster hounds. That's what they've been calling them.
The best thing I could say is just the power to have the silence to do this. And that's all you had to do.
And he left.
That was it. That was the end of that segment.
I'm glad it's there.
I'm glad it's not with Gunther in them.
Yeah. No,
Because it would
I'm
hurt.
glad they didn't even tease it.
Yeah. I think what they need to do when this draft comes on, because I think it's soon now, the draft, you send Gunther to SmackDown with the World Heavyweight Championship, and let's rebuild their main event scene. Because he's going to do that for them.
he will.
Imagine what he could do with Aleister Black. Imagine what he could do with the Luchadors and all that. Dragon Lee versus Gunther for the world. Give it to me. Let Ilya come back. Let him fight Gunther. Like he's gonna
Stuff
bring
happen.
He's gonna become the pro wrestler champion that we need again.
Yeah.
And we're finally back. We're cooking. We're cooking.
We talked about AJ Styles and Chad Gable. Amazing match.
It was really short,
Yeah.
but that finish, Styles goes for the calf crusher. Gable just being the technical mastermind he is, rolls up, goes to crawl out. Styles, boom, snap. He called it a flash clash.
Yeah. Flash
Wade
clash.
Barrett.
It was crazy. Yo, he's
Yeah.
a good call. He is a good
He was
call.
so funny all night.
Yeah.
We need good heel commentators like Wade Barrett because he kept accidentally slipping up with the chat. He's like, your note slipped over mine. He was like, I'm reading yours. And Cole is like, what are you talking about? That was good commentary. I missed this. I missed that kind of sound. I can't stand Pat McAfee. All right, what's next?
Rhea Ripley versus Kairi Sane versus Roxanne Perez.
Started
versus Liv
off
Morgan.
shaky, ended up being a banger.
Yeah, no, dude. Raquel and Liv Morgan are no tag team compared to Roxanne Perez and Liv Morgan.
Wow.
They could fucking
Same
work, dude.
side. Bro, they were cooking.
Dude, but
Bro, first of all, can I just say Liv Morgan in ring? Why was she cooking?
She was going off.
In ring. That fucking step off code breaker?
Yeah.
Wow. And then later in the night, we'll talk about it again. I'll talk about it there because I don't want to jump ahead. But
She ends up Roxanne doesn't screw.
no, she won fairly.
She won fair, and
I
all
don't
she
think
did,
she saved Liv from eating the pin too.
and she's justified in that. It's just Liv could be sour that she didn't win.
yeah, good match. I thought Rhea was the least valuable player. I felt like she didn't do her heavy lifting.
Yeah, and Kairi Sane did.
I thought Kyrie was moving quick.
She was doing good
She
stuff.
was doing some Fraxium shit, and I think at one point I would say she was going too fast because
Yeah.
they didn't know how.
Yeah.
The only one who kept up, Roxanne.
Yeah. Roxanne can't, and bro, the way she throws her super kicks, the way
I just
she
need a one-on-one with Kyrie and Roxanne because I feel like that's what Kyrie's been lacking. the opponent that could fucking hold up with her. And it's either gonna end up being her and Io that go at it and kill each other, or it's gonna be her and Roxanne that fucking cook up.
We also talked on Becky Lynch's promo. She's doing her best work right now. It was great, but then we get a Bailey return.
Yeah,
and
it was so good.
The crowd is hype. The crowd is,
and it was good because first Lyra comes out. I'm like, oh, we're gonna get another series of fucking promos between them, and then Bailey fucks her up
bad.
And then she rolls out, and Lyra's like, no, it's her back.
And then the only thing that I don't like is Becky Lynch running away because she's never been someone to run away from.
Yeah,
a fight.
She has been the whole Lyra feud. She's been like,
no,
this.
I'm saying like now that she's heel,
Yeah.
it obviously makes sense. It's just weird to see when someone turns heel,
Yeah, I
they
get
lose
it.
all their confidence.
And there's so many good layers to this, and I hope Bailey comes back and she's just a fucking animal. The Intercontinental title feels so cool right now.
Dude, Becky Lynch runs off.
Also, did you notice Lyra's expression?
Oh, she was surprised.
She was upset.
Yeah, she was like,
She saw Becky getting beat up, and Lyra was upset with Bailey.
yeah, she was like,
She's like, "You're gonna come in and skip me in line?
yeah.
Give me Bailey versus Lyra again," because I thought that was a fucking bang. Remember, I came on
no,
this
wait.
podcast and I said, "Wow, Bailey versus Lyra was so good."
They're gonna have to do Bailey versus Lyra because
Number one contender.
that, but also the reason of that Lyra picked up Becky Lynch
Yeah,
to replace Bailey.
yeah.
You'd be like, why'd you do that?
There's
No
so
questions asked.
and maybe
Really?
that's why she was scared. Maybe she was scared. There's so much going on. This is good.
So yeah, no, but there is so much going on because Becky Lynch peels out of the crowd and the camera pans back to R-Truth stepping up onto the announce table and he pulls his stuff down. Everybody's like, oh, and he cuts one of those promos,
One of
bro.
them.
And like you said at first, it was like, like everybody was just
hard.
happy to see Truth, but he wanted to show everybody that he's not R-Truth.
Yeah,
and
he was on fire.
And he's like, how do we do this? No, cut my hair off.
Yeah.
And it was the commentators did a good job where he's standing up and they see him pull the scissors out and they freaking back up.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh no. And has a different look in his eyes. He said, the truth has set me free.
I'm Ron Killings. The truth, Ron Killings is what they were calling him.
Ron, the truth killings.
I hope he's going to come back with the freshest cut, bro.
He doesn't even have much hair.
I know, but they're going to line that shit up.
I feel like they're going to make him bald.
Even that would look nice.
It would.
It would look nice. I'm excited for Truth. I think he could be the one that beats Cena.
He could.
I think there's a room for him to beat anybody. I think he could have a one-on-one with Gunther.
He could.
Well, they did have that. Gunther, I don't know why when it comes to R-Truth, Gunther sells his ass off.
Yeah, he
Do you
likes
remember-
R-Truth a lot.
Yeah, do you remember in the Royal Rumble, Truth came in and started fucking piecing up Gunther with the comeback? He never does that shit for anyone. Even in the Jey Uso match,
No.
when he took the uppercut and he fucking flew, he was overselling the shit for R-Truth.
Yeah.
So imagine they start cooking together.
Truth is him, bro. Truth is,
And Gunther, because everyone respects him.
yeah, and let's get Truth on a serious, like, do it while you can.
I wish he was in the King of the Ring. King Truth?
It could be him.
King Truth, bro?
There
Or
is-
King. Oh, there is one more, and he has a surprise entrant.
So it's either, who is that?
I don't know. Who?
Ilya? If he's able to make that comeback that quick,
But then he wins.
yeah.
I think Sammy's winning.
Mitariwana,
That would be fun because they did hype him up on a promo package.
you could go Mitariwana.
He could.
Did you even think about that?
I didn't. I remember his promo package.
You could go Ludwig Kaiser.
That'd be good.
Yeah, in there with Sheamus and Rusev.
Or
you could go LA Knight.
Oba loses his belt.
Oh, you could go Oba.
Oba loses his belt.
Yeah.
Comes in there.
Or you could go, what did I just say?
Any heavy hitter.
LA Knight.
LA Knight's already in one.
Is he?
He's in SmackDowns. And I think
Oh, you know who we're stepping
Breaker.
over, though? Because they're making sure that we don't talk about him? Karrion Kross.
yeah.
Karrion Kross could be in there, too.
I think he might. I like this little mystery guy. I kind of hope it's.
This is one of the first times that there's a mystery guy that I
don't know.
unless it's Mr. Diwana, then I know. Because that's who I'm going
I kind of
with.
hope it's him now because he'd be so funny because Sheamus and Rusev get their hands on each other for the first time.
And then there's Bronson Reed against Mr. Diwana. Cooking his ass up.
Christ.
Or it could be R-Truth or Ron Killings.
Fatal 4-Way, they were cooking.
Great match. Great match. I think the person
Dom
that-
was cooking hard. Penta stole the show.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've seen Penta like this. He's starting to feel like old Penta. he was on fire.
Bro, he was chopping the shit.
Whenever I felt like the match was going, Pence was like,
Let's
"Get
pick
the
it
fuck up." He's the craziest fucking Mexican destroyer.
Okay,
on
so this is what I was saying about this match. There's a moment where Dom has basically like his comeback spot, and he's hitting his comeback spot, and Sammy grabs him by the tights, and he pulls him. In,
that was good.
he pulls him by the tights,
yeah.
right, and then he goes for the Blue Thunder Bomb, and
Dom fights it.
Dom goes no,
goes for it again,
and then there's miscommunication there.
No, that was the point.
You think so?
I think so because notice how he went for it 3 times.
He tried to go for it.
There's this thing in a speech, and like they show it in theater and all that called the rule of thirds. Struggle gets down. Struggle gets down. Shroom swings out 1, 2, going for his last third one. Sammy stalls it. Finally, Blue Thunder Bomb.
It could be.
I think it was intentional.
I
and
thought
it was fucking awesome.
From when I was watching it, looked like miscommunication. It looked
I don't know.
like,
Maybe I'm just a nerd.
It looked like Sammy was politicking, and he was trying to get his shit in.
He was
and
pretty
then
vocal in that match.
Dominic was like, "No, I got my hope spot." Yeah, he's
No,
like, "Fuck your hope spot."
I don't think that was the case.
Because Dominic says something to him.
Yeah, they were. I think they were communicating, but I think it was really good. I think it looked good. That's how I like my selling. And you know who was doing that really good not too long ago? Fucking Vikingo.
Yeah.
Vikingo in that match with Gable, they were just scrapping and trying to get away from each other. That was really good.
Braun Breaker was cooking.
Yeah.
Nobody has the intensity of Braun
and then
Breaker.
LA Knight. Wow, I was so like, why?
I get it.
I get why they needed it. It's because they weren't, because reasonably he probably should have won. He speared the shit out of fucking Penta.
Yeah. Yo, but you know what? Put LA Knight on Raw.
You might as well now, right?
A lot of stuff for him to fight for over there. He needs it.
Yeah.
After that hope spot,
Have him feud with Dominic?
What are you going to do for him over on SmackDown anymore?
You're going to put him back with the Samoans?
Yeah, what are you going to do for him? It's done.
Yeah.
And have him come out. And so Sancho made this whole video like how I think it's a journal or almost like that, like an entry, like a video entry of what is going to happen with LA Knight. And I really liked what he was saying. He was like,
he doesn't even fuck with him right?
Is it that
Santi
doesn't fuck with, and
with.
Sancho opens up the glaze factory, he calls it, for LA Knight. He's like, let me just glaze him. And he's always talking about LA Knight. But he made a whole 8-minute video of him crying, basically, of what are they going to do with LA Knight. And it's like, you can't put him back on SmackDown. There's nothing left for him to do on SmackDown. And he was like, and that's where I get the idea of it's the big jump from the US title to the Universal. It's really easy for LA Knight to go over there, fight for the Intercontinental, maybe win it, hold it, drop it. And he could fight a Gunther. He could fight a Jey Uso. He could
Can't fight a Gunther. They don't have chemistry. Happened on NXT.
Ass. Well, I don't like many of LA Knight's matches, but that's a whole different story.
That's crazy. I feel like he hasn't had a bad match in a long time.
I don't really like many of them. I don't like his style. I don't like JC Mateo.
What was his most recent match that you didn't fuck with?
JC Mateo.
Well, that's because of JC Mateo. JC Mateo hasn't. LA Knight's been cooking. I haven't had a match recently that I could say, well, I understand that one.
I don't even really like him with.
You didn't like his match with Fatu?
His match with Fatu was really good.
All of them were good.
Yeah, but I didn't like his match between Aleister Black, Carmelo Hayes, and LA Knight. It was just like Aleister Black and Carmelo Hayes did better without you.
Yeah, I think he just needed to be there.
Yeah. No, I like LA Knight. Trust me, I do. I do like LA Knight. It's just I don't like this girl, Nikki Bella.
I don't think anyone likes Nikki Bella.
Bro, she's fucking ass. She's dressing like it's 2012. She comes out with her freaking bedazzled pants, and you could hear them. And she goes over and she's like, "Eo, you're so great." And she's like, "Nice to meet you."
And then Eo's like, "I'll fuck you up."
Yeah. And then she starts walking away, and all you hear is with their freaking bedazzled pants. They're louder than the promo.
It was cool for like nostalgia factor, I think.
I didn't like it. I don't even. She got a whack ass pop.
As a kid, I used to watch Total Divas.
Yeah,
I used to watch that shit heavy. So
her pop sucked.
I was always a bigger fan of Brie, and Brie sucks. She's worse than Nikki.
Yeah.
But promo was okay. Everything was okay. I like that she took the role of being a vet rather than just coming in and be like, "And I'm gonna become the best I can."
She was just promoting Evolution,
and she promoted Evolution well, and she promoted the people on the roster well.
Yeah. She did. And then Liv Morgan came out.
Liv comes out
like a bat out of hell.
Cooks her on the mic bad.
Did you see?
Fucking cooks her.
Did you see how she came down?
Yeah. Cooks her on the mic. Calls her washed up. She's like, at least like, and I got a man. Nikki does the bougie ass TMZ.
Yeah. And she was like,
and then she slips in the best Oblivion ever hit. The best Oblivion ever. And
so
that's
quick.
a credit. That's a credit to Nikki too.
Yeah.
Wow. That was fucking good. Liv is fucking cooking.
Bro, she's like
fucking
on
cooking.
that like I would say trajectory the same way that we talk about Becky Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, and the thing is, Liv Morgan has already come up. She's
getting better. What else can she do? That's what sucks about women's wrestling, where I don't know what else you do for her unless you send her over to SmackDown, have her win the U.S. belt, and have her elevated.
She should fight Io.
Have her become the first women's Grand Slam champion.
I was hoping it was her at Night of Champions against Io.
I kind of thought she was gonna win the Money in the Bank for a minute. I didn't want that though.
Who?
Liv winning it. She wasn't in the match.
No,
but I'm saying
Yeah, but the qualifiers,
beforehand.
yeah.
I thought she was gonna end up in
Would
the
have been
match.
good. Would have been good. Then we have this sleeper.
The greatest moment in recent history. Wrestling is saved. It is saved, and I'm tired of being complacent. And I think that's what's happened recently. I've been brainwashed. The yeeters have yeeted my mind into me wanting to support Jey Uso because I need to be complacent so I don't sound like a douchebag on this podcast. And it's not true. It's not true. I'm tired of pretending.
I'm happy Gunther won.
I am tired of pretending, and I am tired of acting like I enjoyed any of that. The only good thing to come out of that title reign was the Seth Rollins match because Seth Rollins is good enough that he could carry anybody. Jey Uso fucking sucks.
They gave him nothing.
He sucks.
They gave him a feud with Logan. They gave him a whack ass feud with Logan Paul.
Sucks.
They gave him a whack feud
sucks.
with Logan Paul.
And guess what happened? Guess what happened? The Ring General is back. He's back because he's going to bring wrestling back to levels it's been taken from us. Us pure wrestling fans. Us die-hard, hard-hitting, technical wrestling, luchador-loving fans. Jey Uso wasn't doing that. Jey Uso was the company guy. Jey Uso was the Logan Paul guy. Jey Uso was the, oh, look, I'm in the match with John Cena, Cody Rhodes, because I'm the merch seller. I don't give a shit about merch selling. I don't give a shit. I'm not a business fan. I'm not a fan of the business. I'm not a fan of wrestling and good wrestling.
Mind you,
I'm a good fan of good
Gunther
wrestling.
did nothing with his title reign. It was ass.
Who was he wrestling?
Oh, time out.
was he
You
wrestling?
got to go off. Let me listen.
I wasn't done
He
going
has
off.
done nothing for that title but bring it down after it came off Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins had that title for a workhorse title, and you expected the same from Gunther. He did not deliver. He was wrestling in a whack-ass Damian Priest feud that sucked. It was. It sucked.
That was the best match of the year. That was match of the year, Damian Priest versus Gunther.
No, it wasn't.
It was fucking fantastic. It was fucking phenomenal.
He didn't win without Finn Balor.
Yeah, I know you're not saying that seriously.
He didn't.
I know you're not saying that
He
seriously.
didn't. He didn't win without Finn Balor.
The match was beautiful. The match was beautiful.
He got screwed. He didn't do. It wasn't a Nakamura versus Seth Rollins.
better.
It wasn't an AJ Styles versus Seth
Better.
Rollins. No, it wasn't.
It was. And you know what was crazy? When Gunther did have the belt, who did he elevate?
Nobody.
You're telling me Akira Tozawa didn't look amazing?
Wow, one match.
Otis didn't look amazing?
No.
Jey Uso didn't get elevated to the highest point of his career?
He
Who did that
elevated
for
the
him?
fuck out of Jey Uso.
Who did that for him? Because
I'm
he
not
had a
saying
job.
Jey Uso's a great
Here's
champion.
my thing. With Gunther, he had a job to get done. And that whole point of that title reign, as sad as it is, it was to elevate Jey Uso. That was the point of that title reign. And he did. And then he handed it over. He did the job. He tapped out, made himself look like a bitch, elevated Jey Uso to this. Forced me to be complacent in liking him because Gunther said, okay, we got to like him. And then Gunther was like, just kidding. Now I'm going to beat the shit out of him. What'd he do?
Gunther's best match in recent memory comes from Pat McAfee. And he has done nothing in between. And that's the only reason that I was like, he didn't even fight back to the top. He just beat the shit out of Pat. He didn't need to. And I'm not mad that Gunther is champion. I like Gunther as champion. It's just the glaze is crazy.
Yes, I'll glaze all over Gunther. I'll glaze all over him. I would have more crack if I could for Gunther. But you know why? Because he fucking deserves it. He's the best wrestler. You have him and you have Chad Gable.
He didn't watch
and then
the
you
main
have
event.
the rest. You have him and Chad Gable, and I don't need to watch the main event because I don't care because Jey Uso's gone. We won't ever have a main event like that again because we won't have the Jey Uso bullshit. We won't have the Rikishi politics. We won't have the Samoan dynasty using their nepotism to get where they belong. We won't have the Logan Pauls in our main events anymore. We will have Gunther representing pro wrestling again, making the world title, which is the pro wrestling title. It always has been. When it was in WCW, it was the pro wrestling title, not the WWE the branded title. It's not the Slim Jim Championship. It's not the Hulu Championship. It's the World Heavyweight Championship.
You know what I liked about
Gunther
that match?
versus wrestlers.
Since I watched it, what I like about that match? That the only reason that Gunther won is because Jey Uso was hurt.
wrestler.
'Cause
Because he could tell that story.
It was a good
He
story.
could tell that story.
It was a good
'Cause
story.
He's a wrestler. I'm so excited. I'm so hype. I'm so hype. Mark's
He put him
World.
in a sleeper 80 times. Jay Uso also threw the sleeper another
What was
80
the story?
times.
What was the story?
The story was shitty. That's what
the
it
story?
was. It was
shitty
a load
when
of shit.
Gunther had to tap out like that. It was shitty.
Yeah, no,
And
he
guess
shouldn't-
what? He made the best out of it because he's that guy. He's that guy.
I wish that Seth Rollins was going after that title so he could bring it back to the Workhorse Championship.
He ain't gonna do shit. He ain't got shit on the ring general.
Who is Gunther going to go up against? Guess what? He's like, I
matter.
can't wait because there's going to be
matter.
no whack ass Logan Paul. There's going to be no whack ass Jay Uso. That's going to be SummerSlam. It's going to be Gunther.
We're up.
Jason.
We're up.
It's going to be Gunther,
We're up.
Logan Paul,
You're mad.
and Jay Uso.
I know you're mad. I know you're mad.
I'm mad
I
because
know
you
you're
don't
mad.
understand.
Shh.
That's
I
going to
don't
be the
need to
main
understand.
event.
I don't need to
That is going to be the main
You know
event.
who's the champion? You know who's the champion? You know who's the champion right now? Tell me who's the world champion?
Gunther, and I'm happy
He's
that
the
he is.
world champion, and that's all that matters.
I'm glad
it's
he's
where
champion.
It belongs. It's where it belongs. I don't care.
I'm glad he's champion. All right,
That's
I'm
what we're
happy.
ending on. That's
I'm
what we're ending
happy.
on. Mark's World. It's been a good one. Pro wrestling is back. Gunther is back. Thanks for watching.